We live. We live. Okay, there we go. We're going to do it again. Okay. We live. We live. We live right now. We're doing pretty good. Today is Thursday, June 6th, 2024. This computer just wanted to turn on. I try not to play around with it because I'm supposed to be doing the podcast right now. I hope all is well. It's an early day doing this. I don't know which one I like more. Is it the is it the morning ones when everybody's asleep and you get my workout on and everybody's still asleep and it's more intimate? Or the ones on Sunday? Sundays, that's where I really just do my thing and really enjoy what I'm doing, right? So let's see. Hello. There we go. Got the mic on. We got the microphone, not the microphone, the headphones on. It's a love-hate relationship with this whole headphone thingy. People always say, you got to hear yourself, you got to hear yourself. I may actually turn it off soon. But it's cool, right? That you can hear yourself, you can do your thing and all that good stuff. And yeah, still on topic, right? And I'm not going to look at this. This is just going to distract me. So let's go to Google homepage and we will just let it do its thing. I can always listen to that later. But yeah, we're doing good. Got my water over here. It's too early for coffee. And I think I've learned some things. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it could be just whatever. But I put out my last post on Sunday. I was really proud of it. Like the way I did the video and all that, the concept and all that, turning different angles and really thinking things through, right? Edited it, no problem. Released it. And then nothing. Then I started freaking out. So I went ahead and started changing the thumbnail, the title. And then I got some more views, but still mostly nothing. So, of course, I'm over here depressed editing the next video for Sunday, which is already done. I just got to finish up the thumbnail. And then I more than likely will schedule it today for Sunday. And then I started getting more depressed. YouTube will do that to you. It surely will. It will do that to you. You feel like you're a loser. Something didn't go right. You can't get it like all the cool kids. Nobody wants to watch your videos. I did get a subscriber from that video, which is cool, right? I don't really ask for them. I don't think I'm valuable, worthy right now to ask for like and subscribe, right? But yeah, this one's going to be a video podcast too. I'm just getting more comfortable with video. That's the aim of the game. And let me turn this off. It's kind of annoying actually. Okay, there we go. I keep on the headphones for show, right? As they would say. But yeah, back on my Samsung mic. I like this mic. I really do like this mic. This mic is not bad. I call it my real first broadcast mic. I like it a lot. However, when you look at YouTube and start looking and analyzing and get an idea of what you're dealing with, you start to look at other stuff. So let me show you. I'm sure you saw it in the other one if you watched that. The one person that did. It was probably me. It's this one. This one's pretty cool. It's like the Shure SM7B. They say it's not quite, but whatever. I don't want the Shure SM7B. I love this color. But you see, as you can see through the camera, you see that this is black, right? That's black. And this one is white or off white. So that's the only drawback with this mic is that it's it can't blend in as easily as the other ones. Got a pod mic over here. And it has like gray insides. This one does too. Yeah, this one has gray insides. So they do look like each other. They really do. It's a bigger cup and everything. Now that I'm looking at these right now. Excuse me with the audio and all that stuff, but we'll work through it. But yeah, so that was white. So as soon as I put that one on my stand over here, the wife is gonna know that I bought something. She already knows I bought something, but it's all good. So this one will eventually be on the stand whenever I want to change things up. It's gonna be on the stand. I haven't got the perfect stand yet, but we'll work on that. We're still staining some boards, kind of getting an idea what we're dealing with. But yeah, so life is what it is, right? And YouTube will depress the shit out of you. It really will. Make sure my alarm doesn't go off. Cancel. There we go. So we're good to go. But yeah, so what we're going to talk about today. Today, I think what I'm going to be talking about to an extent, to a small extent, let's talk about the coffee thing right now. So if people want to leave, they can leave. And then we'll talk about the topic. The topic loosely is about rabbit holes. We shouldn't, this one I don't think it's going to go that long. We'll see. It's about rabbit holes. And the topic of today. I think I cracked the code of sweetness. I think it was my brewing style, but I have this coffee. This coffee is a I don't know if it's gonna work that way. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Get the headphones back on. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it kind of works that way. So if I wanted to, I could do it that way. But I don't know if I trust this thing. It's actually pretty loud. So let's roll with it. You come it from the bottom, but I don't like the way it looks from the bottom. If you're watching the video, you understand what I mean by that. But yeah. So I got this coffee, and this coffee is blah for the most part. Is it better together? To an extent, yeah. But I may have to try it that way too. That could be more so what I'm looking for. But anyway, so Honduras coffee and a Peruvian coffee, right? And them together, they taste like a what would I say? A like orange Hefeweizen, something like that. I know I'm butchering the name. I suck at names. But it's a German like beer with oranges and stuff like that. But that's what it tastes like. Even has that like kind of fizzy type of orangey type of aftertaste. Actually, you get the orange taste in the beginning. But it seems like it's not as violent as they are separately. Because these coffees together, I mean separately, they're kind of really interesting. One's licorice type of tasting. I did a video about blends and all that, right? But we're gonna see what we can do about that. So the thing about it is that they really don't taste that much better as they are separately. But I was getting a lot of like acidity in the front. And like I said, it could be the brew. It could be the way I brewed that promotes more acidity forward than anything. I think the coffee still tastes the way it does, But if you're trying to get rid of the acidity, I think the way to go about it is to do a bloom phase, 30, 45 seconds, and then use a slow pour or use a gooseneck or whatnot and go extremely slow. And then just do one pour just one pour. So truly it's really two. It's really two. But here we go. Turn that off. It's really two. But the thing about it is that it's not. Okay. The thing about it is that it's really it's one pour. One pour is to get it going. And then the other pour is to finish it off. So I usually do about 2 to 4 pours usually, and I think the abrupt agitation brings more acidity in the cup. But we're gonna try it out again. We got this Sumatran. I'm curious to see if I can just bring out the sweetness that way. But we are going to be roasting the Honduras and also the Peruvian, but this time we're going to do it separately. We're not going to do like a 50-50. We're going to go ahead and do them separately. Hopefully try to get a medium roast for both of them. And then when we do that, then we'll go from there, right? But other than that, that's what we got going with that to see and play. And it's cool to see and play, excuse me, and to come up with different videos and all that good stuff. But it's interesting. This YouTube game is something that it can be fun, especially when you get the views, you get the likes, you get the people coming on there asking more questions about your mythology, your thinking. And it's cool though, because for the most part, I mean, there's some people that are challenging you, which is great. You want people to challenge you, but they'll take your information because you literally do have all the gear, and the way you're explaining things, it does make sense, right? Because I make sense all the time. so yeah. So that's what we got going. But coffee's going fine. Amazon is the same. I went ahead and checked it yesterday. When I checked it yesterday, it was still the same. So again, I'm getting a little agitated by it, but then again, I'm not really pushing it because there's other things that I'm dealing with, and trying to automate and to make sure things work out great. I went ahead and started my MailChimp account so I can start the newsletter thing. So again, I'm slowly introducing other stuff, but not so much because I still have to get things going, perfect things, and then figure that out as I figure this out. Everything's being figured out all at the same time. It was interesting too. I had another friend. He came, he saw my videos and stuff like that. I told him not to subscribe. Purposeful. I don't care if friends and family really subscribe to my videos. Not my market. You're not my market. There's other people that's out there that don't know me, and you subscribing, not watching is not really that helpful. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the gesture, but he was talking about what was he talking about? About ideas and critiques about YouTube and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'll take all the advice and critiques as I can, because all I'm trying to do is get better. But the way he was coming to me about like this idea, that, and then trying to do it this way, and I was like, dude, okay, cool. I'll just say, yeah, okay, I got it. And that's the thing about this stuff. This YouTube game is not easy. It's extremely hard. It's something that people don't really understand. They're watching it from afar. And then when you watch things from afar, you have to get in the game. And when you're in the game, you really understand even more so. So, so yeah, YouTube, coffee. Talked about the coffee enough, right? And then, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how all that works out in our favor. But yeah, blends currently right now with these two coffees, they kind of suck. They suck. And I'm trying to get them better. I am still going to produce that or release that video. And then once I release that video, we're going to go from there. That's the cool thing about this. I can see the things that I like to do and understand. And as we do that, it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of things that we do learn. And I'm learning for myself too, because that's the beauty of all this is that it's going to be a lot of fun as I go down this rabbit hole of really trying to figure things out, understand things, and go from there. But let's go ahead, let's drink some water, and let's talk about rabbit holes. Okay, here we go. So I was watching a video the other day, a YouTube video, because I have YouTube Premium. I highly recommend everybody get YouTube Premium. It's so much better. You don't have to worry about commercials. You don't have to worry about nothing. Like the stuff that's on my YouTube channel that doesn't have YouTube Premiums. I have another account that has Premium, so that's where I watch all my videos. But one of the ones I was watching because, as you start to really delve into content creation, you have to learn things. You have to learn a lot of things. And you're constantly continuing to learn. So what you do in the beginning is like, okay, you use your camera or your phone, which sucks. And then even with 4K, actually it turned out okay with the overhead shot, but whatever. Um, so yeah, and you have to learn things. And when you learn things, you have to get information from other people. It's just like, it's not story blocks, but uh, the learning thing that every YouTuber talks about, which I did try years ago. So they probably won't be a sponsor on my channel unless they hear this video back. But but nobody listens to these anyway, so we're gonna go from there. But as you do things, you have to get better, right? And then as you get better, you're seeking out other people with different opinions, especially about things that they know and experts on, right? So for instance, you use your camera, your phone, iPhone or whatever phone, and then you want to get better because you're seeing your quality is just kind of blah. And then you start doing research about cameras. And you go down that rabbit hole of figuring out which camera you want to use, or if you do have a camera, you see if it's good enough. It's kind of good enough for certain situations, but for the most part, it's not because the autofocus sucks and it's a DSLR and you have to do manual focus quite a bit. So you have to like pre-focus and then manually do it and then hope to God that you are in focus, right? But you go down the rabbit hole and then you eventually get your Sony cameras because that's what everybody has. And autofocus is really good on those, right? They are. Sometimes they have their moments, but for the most part, it's really, really awesome. And then you decide that you want one or two cameras. So you go ahead and get two, and then you get some lenses, and then now you go on your merry-go way. So then you start hearing yourself, and you're like, wait, do I sound good? What's going on? I sound like crap. I need to check out my audio. So then, like for me, actually, the first thing I did was this microphone. I had a Samson first time recommendation from a YouTuber. Good mic. It worked great. My daughter was bugging me about it. So I said, great, this is $50 mic. Here you go. So I upgraded to the next one of the same model, make, not the same model. So I went that way. Then I got another mic. And then you saw the mic that I got right now. The other mic, the off-white, gorgeous mic. That sounds pretty good. And then you start looking at people that are experts in audio. And they tell you what they use, what they don't use, why they don't use it. And then you take your time and then you go ahead and do or implement some of the things that they say. And then once you do that, you learn and you get better and you start to develop your style. And then some people on YouTube will tell you the way you mix that video with that music on the background, your music was way too loud. And you take that information, you feedback, and you keep going, right? So everything in the world has something that's cool, right? You know, I started with writing. There's tons of book clubs out there. I started with also podcasting, listen to tons of podcasting. Close to 15 years since I got into podcasting, I started podcasting, right? And I really enjoyed and love it. And then there's cooking, grilling, smoky meat, basketball, sports, walking, gardening, photography, videography, YouTubing, coffee. But it's one of those things to where you start to really go into the rabbit hole of exploration, of curiosity, of wonder, right? You want to know as much as you want about it. And it's not so much even for other people. It's just something that you are trying to do for yourself. And as we keep going deep and deep into the rabbit hole, hope to God that we do find some people that are like on that same journey. And I think that's the beauty of all this, is that we have our own rabbit holes. We have the things that we like to do. We have fun stuff, not so fun stuff, depending on who you talk to, about things that we like a lot. And as we go deep into the rabbit hole, we usually don't come out of it. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we're like, okay, this is the most that I will go in. Okay, this is the most I will go in. This is it. Okay. Now I'm going to do something else because this is way too much. But a lot of times, especially like in this coffee game, we go deep into rabbit holes and it gets to the point too where we can explain or convey information to people to where it's just right over their heads, right? But I think that's the beauty of it. You can see somebody feeling their passion and loving this stuff so much. And at times when we try to figure out things and get frustrated and get better, we tend to not worry about what we did before. But now that I'm sitting here with you right now and talking this through, it's one of those things to where, wow, we are getting better. We are understanding the thing that we love a lot. And at times we can learn things and understand things and gravitate to things more than people who actually get paid for this, right? Excuse me. So it's interesting when you listen or watch or see somebody else go deep into the rabbit hole on their journey on the thing that they like, and you're slowly kind of eking in that same type of realm, not to the same extent, but you do have your own journey in this. That's the beauty of this, really. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that I'm really understanding as I go deeper into my rabbit holes. You know, yes, it's still photography to an extent. It's still video and still coffee, still making smoking meat and all that good stuff, right? But I think the beauty and the thing that I'm really trying to get at is that we're all learning from each other, and we're all in our own different rabbit holes of really exploring and understanding the things that we like to do. And sometimes it can get cloudy when we're making money from it, we're not making money from it, or we're trying to make money from it. And that could kind of make you lose the passion. But truly, it's up to you to really keep that same energy, that same logic of curiosity, because that's the biggest thing. It's like when a kid does something for the first time, like they just want to spend money. I can't really get mad at them about it, right? And the beauty of that for us as we get older is that we can truly, really try to understand the things that we're trying to do. And we can spend the money, we can talk to other people and get better and all that stuff. And then hopefully eventually we can teach it to others. Kind of like what I'm trying to do with this YouTube thingy. You know, just be a part of somebody else's journey as they go deep into the rabbit hole. Guide them, help them, and see what they also teach you. Because that's the beauty of all this, is that everything has a bias. Everything, we have all the different degrees of how much we really want to care and get out of it. And then the beauty of this, unlike school, to me, is that there's not a path. It's not really a defined path. The path is kind of determined and figured out on you and what you are truly, really interested in. You know? And that's the cool thing about this. It's like, you know, in school, like for instance, I was looking at different schools for my kids and all that, because we're thinking we're done with the elementary school, or trying to think of middle school and all that stuff for at least my daughter right now. Is that, yeah, they have a curriculum that they follow in order for your kids to learn whatever. And for the most part, all of them are really the same, right? But for the most part, every kid theoretically is going to start at this place. And this is the curriculum that they're going to be learning throughout the whole year. Right? And then once we're at the end, we are essentially at the same spot. That's the aim of school. That's the aim of formal education, right? But the thing about vices and when you're older and going deep into rabbit holes is that we all have our different ways to truly, really go about it. We understand things differently. Some of us need more help. Some of us will go in a different path of curiosity. And I think that's the beauty of all this, is that the path is not the same, even though it may seem the same. We are in a place to where we are exploring and we have different likes and tendencies because our lives are different, but we want different things out of it. And the beauty of the last video that I just did, that bomb, is that nobody gives a shit about roasting videos, which makes sense. They care about brewing videos, pour overs. But it's my little rant about that. But we're all in different places. We like different things. And I think that's the beauty of all this, is that when we get better and understand people and understand why we're doing what we're doing, then we can take the approach that we want to in order to really delve into our own personal rabbit holes, right? So that's just me talking, rambling a little bit, talking a little bit about coffee. Don't do blends. If you do it right. But whatever. We're going to figure that out too. Just like I think we kind of figured out the sweetness thing. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're gonna play around with this stuff and go from there, and then continue to make recipes and guides for people to help them out on their rabbit hole journey. Okay, that's me. I'm gonna go do something else. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Yeah.